Hey guys, so today I want to talk about the four kind of key things that go into planning a family portrait session that you need to think about when you're doing your family portraits and when you're getting ready for your family portraits. So that first thing is you want to figure out what you're going to do with the portraits and why are you taking them portraits. Are you doing it because you have had a new addition to your family and maybe you haven't had updated portraits since they were a baby, or maybe now the kids are kind of in that new time of life and they're hitting new milestones and you want to celebrate that. Or overall, maybe you never did professional portraits and so you want to do that. So first you want to figure out why you're doing the portraits, and then that also leads into what are you going to do with these portraits? Are they going to be for Christmas cards? Are they going to be for your kids' bedrooms? Are you going to make sure you have one up over the mantle? Are you going to be sending them out as gifts to friends and family for the holidays? Are you looking to make an album? My daughter loves looking through old photo albums and looking at all the pictures and everything like that. So you kind of want to figure out why you're doing it and what you're going to do with those portraits, because that's going to lead us into figuring out what your next steps are. So one of the big questions I always get asked is, where should we do our portraits and what should we wear? So here's where I always start. So the first thing is where you do your portraits is going to play into what you wear, because if you are outside, you're not going to want to be wearing something that is not appropriate for that location. So I like to start with, do you already have a vision in mind? Are you already thinking a certain type of style, very classic, very modern? Are you thinking more rustic and outdoor or something like that? And if you aren't, then we would look at the decor in your home and what would go well with that. The other thing that we would look at is the personalities of your family, what your family loves to do together, and how that all ties in. So you would want to have things that resonate with your family, things that'll make your family comfortable and things that your family will love. So we would talk about where we're going to do those portraits based off of how you're going to use them in your home. Are they going to be a large portrait over your mantle? Are you going to have stuff in your office? Are you going to have a relationship series? Are you going to have mommies and me's and daddies and me's? Are you going to have the sibling portraits? All of those things, because we want to make sure that they tie in appropriately. And that's also going to help us determine the medium that we're going to print them on as we get further into that portrait process. And then, and again, like, this is where your photographer is here to walk you through all of it. They're meant to hold your hand because this is what they're trained in. This is what a professional photographer, a full service photographer handles for you. And they're there to take care of that for you, which is a huge deal because then you don't have to stress over it, especially if it's something that you don't do normally or you've never done or you're not even sure about where to start with that. So that's kind of what your photographer is doing for you. So we want to talk about that location. Is it somewhere that matters to you? Is it somewhere that has a story with your family? Is it somewhere that your kids love to be, that really resonates? Maybe it's where you guys got married or where you had a first birthday or something like that, or anything that resonates there. And then we dive into outfits. Okay, so the outfits, this is where we always look at the mom first. Moms usually end up being the last one to kind of get an outfit, and that always makes it like, moms, you're the one, you want everyone to look perfect and beautiful and amazing, so you have this awesome memory to look back on. And so often in life in general, moms become the last that get taken care of. And when you do that with your portraits too, it's going to just add more stress to you. So mama, I want you to start with what you feel beautiful in, what makes you comfortable, what you love on you. And if you don't know, sometimes your photographer, I have a stylist that I like to refer my clients to that can help them. And I am also able to, and I do this in my style consultations, I come to you and we look at your closet and what you already have. And if there is something that you need to order so that you have it, or you need to go to a store and get fitted for, we make sure we have time in the entire process so that you can get taken care of. But you're going to want to find the right outfit for you, your body style, and your colors first. That color palette is then going to help us determine dad's t-shirt or long sleeve shirt, or if dad's wearing a suit, what he's going to wear. That helps to determine dad's outfit. Then we move on to the kiddos. The kiddos are a lot easier usually. And the big things that we always try to stick with are avoiding all whites, all blacks, because they blend, and then putting everyone in the same color. If we put everyone in the same color, what kind of ends up happening sometimes is it'll be just slightly off And when suddenly, when we have everyone in there for a big family hug, or we have everyone sitting close and snuggly, and then all of a sudden somebody has 3 arms and we're missing arms, or we have additional limbs popping up, and it looks like those funky AI images that are coming out now, because the cameras are able to recognize to a point, but if we have just a little bit of a highlight there, or a little bit of a shadow that gets taken out, then we lose that, and suddenly somebody has way too many limbs. So we like to make sure that we're staying in very complementary color palettes, but not everyone doesn't need to stay the same or anything like that. So why are you doing the family portrait? What are you going to do with those portraits? Where are you going to do it? And then what is everyone going to wear? And then this is my tip to you, mamas. I know that it makes it such a stressful day, and I really, really, really want to remind you, you don't have to have the perfect behaved children. You don't, okay? So many moms that I talk to say that one of the reasons that they hold off on portraits is because they're worried their kids aren't going to behave. If you are working with a photographer who works with children, your photographer understands how children are, all right? And they are absolutely not judging you. They're absolutely not sitting there thinking like, oh my gosh, your kids are so crazy and so hectic, and no. And the other thing is more than likely your photographer, if they work with children, they have a couple tips on how to make it an awesome photo session that don't include bribing your kids with candy, ice cream, crazy expectations, or doing things that are going to like make your kid feel threatened or out of place, right? Your photographer is more than likely going to have tips and tricks on how to make it a fun and playful session for your kids so that you guys get beautiful portraits that you and your kids love and can tell about that day. And you guys will have this awesome opportunity to have these memories for years, and it's something that you can hand down for generations. Okay, so I love you guys. I hope that family portraits are going really well. And if you need help planning, figuring it all out, give me a call, shoot me a message. I'm happy to take care of you.